Hello, Mason Storm here. On today's episode, we're going to look at making some unleavened bread, communion style. Now, the reason why communion bread doesn't have any leaven in it is that leaven is a symbol of sin. In that, let's say we're making a sourdough bread, you have the sourdough starter, which is the leaven, and that will make the entire bread rise. So a little leaven leavened the whole lump, as they say. So our unleavened bread doesn't have any leaven, so therefore it's bread that is sinless, and that's usually why it's used in communion, as far as I know. Our ingredients to make this unleavened bread are quite simple. We have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of oil, I have olive oil, and 1/3 cup of water. Okay, now we'll get our mixing bowl, throw our flour in it, and then we'll put in our salt as well as our oil. And after we get our oil in, we can give it a little bit of a stir if we want, or we can go right into adding the water. Sometimes the oil is a little bit tricky to get out of the bowl, so I got the wooden spoon out. There we go, we have all of our ingredients now. So now it's time to start the mixing process for our unleavened bread. This is a very easy recipe to make, not really many ingredients, and it mixes pretty easily, so it's, if you're ever in a pinch and you got a little bit of flour and some oil and some water, you can make yourself a half decent loaf of unleavened bread. Now, instead of using oil, you can use butter. Instead of using water, you can use milk. And if you want it to taste like something flavorful, you could mince up some garlic and toss that in there as well. There's a lot of ways to kind of enhance the flavor of your unleavened bread to make it a little bit more palatable, because as it is right now, this stuff is incredibly plain. The other thing you could do is you could twice bake it and make like a hardtack out of it. So it's a pretty versatile recipe that way. But now that it's mixed up, it's time to make our little unleavened patties. So I'm just gonna take this and hand bomb it into some balls and put them on this cooking sheet that I have the silicone mat on. And just try to get them all kind of the same size. I think I can get 5 or so out of here, maybe 6, but 5 is kind of a good number. I figure with the lockdown being what it is, some people may be interested in this unleavened bread, so let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are of this stuff. I did have quite a fun time making this. And now I'm just going to take the balls and smush them out into nice patties, my little pieces of bread. And once I'm done satisfied with the shape and whatnot, I'm going to throw them in the oven at 425 degrees for about 10 minutes. Despite looking like sugar cookies, they taste nothing like them. And I think my family was a little bit disappointed in that, but I thought they turned out pretty well, and I look forward to making them again. If you like my content, please like and subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome.